What's up guys, it's Rachel and today I'm joined by my friend Mike Coleman.
What's up everybody, how you doing? It's your boy Mike. Hey Miss Kim, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Today's setting is a little bit different because Mike and I are doing a video chat because I wanted to ask him a few questions.
Yeah, and I'm really excited about what we're going to talk about today. It's a conversation that we need to have. It's a conversation that a lot of people need to have, and so I'm really excited to kind of really get into it and learn a lot from this.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, my heart has been really heavy for the past few days. For the most part, I've been really frustrated. This is so controversial. That's the thing, like this thing is controversial is what's been the most frustrating for me because I cannot understand what's going on. And I'm even frustrated harder because I don't even know if this is my position to even talk about this on my channel. I'm sorry, like I'm rambling, but I'll just say this. I'm Asian. I'm not American. I'm not white. I'm not black. So I don't even know if this is my position to even speak about this.
And and it's like I told you before, even though you're not American, you may not be black, you may not be white, but you're Korean, it's still important that you feel anger. And a lot more people should feel anger because they see injustice. And whenever you see something wrong, you should naturally want to do something about it, right?
Right.
And so I think if more people start to feel this way, even if they're not American, they're there to even support. And I'm sure our audience is like, oh, I think I know what they're talking about. They're there to support those who are dealing with this injustice. Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, obviously we're talking about the death of George Floyd. I'll just say this video is for all of us, and we're making this in hopes that I could learn more and you could learn more and you guys could learn more about what is going on and what we can do about this.
We're all going to learn something from this for sure.
Before starting this video, I need to make sure that this video is gonna be about Asian community and Black community only because I'm Asian and I want to know what I can do as an Asian in this world because I cannot speak for other race.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And racism has been in this world so sadly for forever, but I'm not gonna talk about those in this video. I want to know what I can do and what I can know more about this. So this will be about Asian community and Black community.
All right, and I think there's definitely a lot of other people out there who definitely want to know more as well, just like you. They want to know.
All right, so let's move on to the first question. It was a really long intro because this is such a difficult subject.
It really is. It's a hard subject to get into, but we're getting into it.
Yeah. Let's talk about Black Lives Matter.
Okay.
The biggest hashtag right now. Black Lives Matter. Can I say that as an Asian? Or is it offensive?
No, I think it's not offensive at all. Like, I think it is a really good thing for you to say because it's a very true thing. Black lives do matter. And not only is that of a movement, but it's really, I was thinking here, right when you said that, I was looking at Instagram a little bit earlier and, there's like, I don't know how to put it, like an opposing hashtag to Black Lives Matter, right? Which is all lives matter. And, oh gosh. And so, the thing is that, you could definitely say Black Lives Matter because Black Lives Matter is, a lot of people out there, especially the ones who use all lives matter to kind of counteract Black Lives Matter. Black Lives, what it's saying is people who are Black, who have darker skin are being killed unnecessarily by law enforcement, right? It's been happening for so many years, and many Black people were killed by police, especially unarmed Black people, unnecessary deaths by law enforcement. There's so many of them, but it's just because we started recording things. We started putting things on camera, right? That all of this really started to come out and open. So racism has always been there. It's just being recorded. That's the only difference, right? And so the people who are saying Black Lives Matter, they're basically again saying that people with Black bodies, their bodies are just as important as everybody else.
Yeah.
That is why every time you see something like all lives matter, like that hashtag, I mean, all lives matter in itself, just removing the hashtag is like a no duh statement. We all know that. We all know that, right? So
That's so obvious. Why do we even have to talk about it in such a sensitive way? That's so sad. I mean, that should be just like there already.
Exactly. People do need to listen more, but people don't want to listen. So yes, in short, you can use Black Lives Matter. Please use Black Lives Matter because it's a true statement.
It makes me feel a lot better knowing that as an Asian, I can supportively say Black Lives Matter without offending anyone. Next question is, do you know that Black Fist logo on Instagram? I firstly saw that on Twitter. I saw some people having it on their Twitter profile pictures and getting criticism because they were not Black. And I was wondering, because their post was about supporting Black community and their deepest condolences to the death of George Floyd. But then they still, they were getting criticism because they had the profile logo. So this is probably the definition of getting criticized even though they had the best intention. Because I thought everybody was on the same page, like same side. Should have done the research, but here I have you, so I'm asking you the question. Do you know the reason?
I truly don't know the reason on this one. I really don't. Do you understand where that symbol comes from?
I don't know. I just thought that symbolizes the movement, and I just know the argument that says you're not supposed to use that because you're not Black. That was just the argument, only argument that I know.
That was never. That was never told to me. I mean, that was never
occurred to you.
I didn't know that because it occurred to me at all, whatsoever. I can tell you though the history of the fist. So there's actually a history to it. Like it's not just for this movement.
Oh, okay.
It actually that symbol, like this one here, it's from back either late '60s. Mid to late 60s.
Oh, okay.
With the Black Panthers.
Oh.
So it was a group. The American society likes to label them as a militant group, like a really violent group of Black people. But it was really a group of people who wanted to protect the Black community. They provided education to the Black community. So they were there to overall be protectors of the community, right? But people on the opposite end saw them more as a threat.
Okay.
Because they also would carry guns. Because Americans, we have our guns, and so these Black people now they're carrying guns, right? And so they're like, oh my God, these people are scary because they're Black with guns. So that's where that fist comes from. So a lot of people will be like this, and they'll say like power to the people.
Oh, okay.
Some years ago, right? But no, it didn't occur to me that you couldn't use it as a symbol for social media to show that you support the movement. That I didn't know. So
maybe it is coming from not because that person was not Black, but because it was used at a different occasion.
It could be that they just misused it completely, right? Like they didn't use it the right way, and it could have easily just been misunderstood by other people who are looking at it. So if you were to use it, like for me, if I was to see you use it, then I make sure you're using it for the right reasons.
Oh, I see. Yeah, right? That makes sense. Like a week ago, everybody's feed was covered with black square thing on Instagram.
Right.
And then some of our friends even changed their profile photo with the black square. And then nobody said anything about that because they know it is coming from the good cause and it fits with the purpose. So maybe that was why. Like that's if we are wrong because we are just two human beings, don't hesitate to correct us down below on the comment section. But let us know. All right, next up. I know a lot of K-pop artists are speaking up and they are donating their money to the Black Lives Matter communities, and I've seen so many people hating on artists and big companies because I heard K-pop has been influenced a lot from Black culture, Black community culture, and if we keep silent, what can I ask your opinion on that?
Oh man. You know, and I think this is really interesting because I think people who are fans of K-pop are probably more like, you should speak up, you should speak up, you should speak up, right? Versus like a high majority of the people who are protesting back at home probably aren't really, they don't even know about these K-pop artists or anything like that, right? And so I think it is probably frustration within a niche amount of people, like people who are just like within the K-pop fandom. If the K-pop artist speaks up, makes and uses their platform to help spread news and spread the word, I think that is fantastic. I think that is wonderful. But it's also not something that I'm expecting of these K-pop artists to do. Just because I feel like it's not that they shouldn't and it's not that they couldn't. It's just the fact that it's like a whole different world. Because I would also hate for K-pop artists to donate either for the sake of donating, like just to give money without understanding the cause as to why they're doing it, or because of that pressure on society.
For sure.
Because you're an artist, because you have a platform, you should say something, right? And I don't think that's the right thing, because if you don't truly understand what you're fighting for, if your heart is not in it, please do not speak up, because then at the end of the day, you're just gonna look foolish, right?
Okay, next question is, then what can I do as an Asian to help the awareness and hopefully end the racism, helping to end the racism?
I think you said it earlier, and you said it perfectly earlier, just listening. So I think honestly what you have been doing, and you've been doing really well, is just listening. And the thing is, there's so many people, and I tell this to my students, stop talking, just listen. It's the same for a lot of these people out here in the world. They want to talk. They want to talk. They want to be heard. Nobody wants to listen. Everybody wants their opinion heard. And that is the problem.
Oh, yeah.
That is the problem.
So true.
People who have no idea what others are experiencing. But again, that is, and of course, as someone who's white, you will never truly understand, or someone who's Asian, you will never truly understand what it's like to be black, because obviously you can't change skin. But the next best thing to that really is to listen.
Okay, I have a last question.
All right, bring it.
All right. What can we both do to end the racism between the Black community and Asian community? Because to end the misunderstanding and for us to be united and for us to understand each other better, like what can we both do?
I think what we can both do, one is kind of understanding where that confusion or that anger is coming from, and then also just speak against it.
There are a few people ruining everything for everybody.
There really are. There's a few people, and it's not the fact that they're black or they're Asian. It's more, there's a few people who are very ignorant. And the best thing we can do, honestly, guys, is we can combat it by speaking against it.
Right. Okay.
And then I would say also fostering any relationships that we have. And so for me and my Korean friends, I celebrate those relationships. I let people see those relationships because those people mean a lot to me.
Yeah, that is so true. And then I feel like there's also another thing. Giving each other benefit of the doubt. If we are offended, give that person another chance. Maybe the person doesn't mean it that way, but just because we are coming from a different culture, we're maybe not understanding of each other very well. But at the end of the day, we need to be united, and this is the time that we need to stand next to each other.
They should. Racism is old as dirt. It'd be nice if we would have already killed this thing, but it's alive and well in 2020, guys. It's alive and it's living, and it's a giant beast.
It's a disgusting thing.
And it's going to take all of us together to really, really start to take this thing down slowly.
Well, I hope our comment section down below is clean and understanding and really like healthy. I would love to see lots of people correcting us, teaching us, and telling other people what they have to say, sharing. But let's be civil and let's be generous and understanding as we should at this time.
Yeah, and just like Rachel said, I think in the comment section, like where people are talking, one of the best things you can do is just to be civil. And then even if you disagree, respectfully disagree, but also be open and listen to a different perspective, because there's maybe something you don't get.
Right.
Right?
100% agree with Mike on this. On everything. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rachel. Thank you. And I'll be there for you guys as well. And you're a great ally. She's a great ally to have in this.
Yeah.
And so thank you. And I just want to thank you. And I know there's going to be many people in the comment section as well. Thank you for using your platform to speak against all the hatred.
Honestly, there is so much to learn still, and I will continue to do my part the best as I can. Well, thank you so much. And hey guys, hope you enjoyed our mini discussion that Mike and I had. Make sure to head on over to his channel, because him and I made another video on his channel, and it's gonna be an interesting video as well. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up, share it with your friends, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, love you, and goodbye.